Hello and welcome back to the Lee Summit Town Hall Podcast. I am your host, Nick Parker. And as always, the Lee Summit Town Hall Podcast is brought to the good people by Budget Blinds of Lee Summit. Budget Blinds, your home for enlightened style shades. Also coming up this very week, Thursday night, 5:30, we've got our annual Storytime with Santa event. So come get your pictures with Santa. He's reading stories, some of his favorite Christmas stories. We're gonna raise a little bit of, you want to bring some donation too, we'll take that. We're raising some funds for some local nonprofits, but it's the best time. Santa is, look, I can say this, I feel like now after all these years, he's a friend of the show.
He's a good friend.
He's a friend of the show. So Santa's here. This is, I think, the best opportunity to come out and get pictures with Santa. And you get to hear him. He reads a couple of his favorite Christmas stories too.
Perfect.
And he'll answer some questions. It's a lot of fun. It's a great kind of partnership I do with Budget Blinds every single year, and they host at their place. They are, as I like to always say, they're a great local family running a great local business. If you want to go and add those robot shades to your house or any other kind of, window treatment or home decor, they're the place to go. Just head on to downtown, walk into the store, tell them Nick sent you. Today, we're talking Christmas. We've got another big event coming up. I've got Collin Brich, the overlord at Bridge Space in downtown Lee Summit. I don't know if he's here to be on the show or collect my rent. One of the two. But we're talking about another event coming up. The Lee Summit Jazz Orchestra has their annual jazz concert coming up.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be a nice one.
This is a fun one.
I love this one.
I feel like this is kind of one of the unheralded music events every year in Lee Summit.
I'm super glad that, of course, we can do it here at Bridge Space, but they've just gotten so good at their sets now,
Right.
Like Sean and his whole team over there, man, they're just such good musicians.
All right, so let's just start here. When is the Christmas Jazz Concert?
Yeah, okay, so we're looking at Monday. It's a little bit different. Last year was a Tuesday, so we're getting crazy.
We just randomly move this around.
It's always a scheduling conflict somewhere. Monday, December 16th is the actual date, and it starts at 5 p.m. That's a nice little social hour. We're going to have Jane with Embrace the Grape there, so nice cash bar.
One of my favorite drink slingers in town.
She'll have some sort of festive thing going on, without a doubt.
Is she doing another signature drink for the night?
Always.
I love it when she does that.
Always. I'll put candy canes out on the tables,
Ooh.
I add a little flair too, you know what I mean? But yeah, 5 o'clock is a good time for people to show up. They get a good seat, they get a chance to check in, see the space if they haven't been in a while. Coat checks there, and then come 6 o'clock, music's starting. And I believe what Sean Harrell said was this is the bigger crowd of musicians. So 16 piece set. Yeah. It's gonna be amazing,
and they have a lot of fun with their music too. I know, even the first year they were here, they had people up on the mezzanine playing their instruments and scattered all around the crowd. And Bridge Space is kind of it's a funky, different kind of event space, so I think it makes it for a little different show too.
I love it. Yeah, I didn't know that they did that when they first kind of got started. Obviously, I call this a BC moment. Before Collin.
Right,
Come on,
right.
Of course. Yeah, I didn't know that they did that, but that's a great idea. I mean, putting up musicians up top.
I was actually recording an episode of this very show the night of the first concert. So we finished and we stepped out and caught some of the action. But they had musicians all over back in that event space and up on the mezzanine playing on the balcony.
That's killer. I mean,
and out in the crowd. It's just this is a fun concert. It's fantastic music. I think you kind of alluded to that earlier, that it's Sean Harrell and all of those guys in that orchestra just are fantastic musicians. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of fun too, I think.
As well as educators.
Gotta
throw that in
there. Most of them, if not all, most of them are current or former educators in Lee Summit and around the area. So that's kind of fun too.
It's a good thing.
It's nice to see educators and not have to be scared of them in the classroom.
I mean, come on. I love a few select teachers from high school, but you always had your bad eggs, and I'm glad that they're hopefully not any bad egg for anybody.
Or just scared of them because
you teacher outside of the normal area of school, terrifying.
Oh yeah,
turn around, go the wrong way. I'm not looking at her or him today.
My wife is an elementary teacher, and it's always fun those times when you're out at a restaurant and like a student, or even if it's not one of her students, just like maybe a student from the school or whatever, and they're smaller, and they see a teacher in the wild, the look on their face of those little kids.
It's either
you're not supposed to be outside the building.
You exist outside? What? Yeah, I know. Wouldn't know now. I haven't been in school for a long time, but you used to get that feeling.
I just still have the fear sometimes that I'm going to disappoint a teacher or something. What are you going to tell me I'm doing wrong now?
That's all I got told. School.
All right. So look, tickets still on sale.
That's right. Yeah. So tickets, encouraging, just like how every nonprofit organization has. We're a 501c3. Tickets are free, essentially free admission to the concert. But of course, we have like some holiday themed, Christmas kind of style donations available on the website, which is bridgespace.us/jazz club, in case anyone needs to know.
Nice.
Thank you.
And is this the fourth year?
Yeah, I think this is like third, at least third for me, definitely. But I think there's a fourth or maybe even a fifth that was, kind of before me. So.
So basically, you just try not to count any years prior to when you were here.
I can, but then if I'm not involved, is it really? Did
it really happen?
No, but I'm really happy that this one. Just like how you said before, this is an amazing concert because Christmas music, come on, but then people just feel lively. They're already in the holiday spirit, coming downtown, just doing something that, honestly, in the cold. There's not much going on, but this is perfect.
Right, and the setting is kind of cool too. It's not like a music hall where you're there's a stage and then like 50 feet away are the chairs, right? Like
that's right. You're up close and personal.
And look, the number of musicians you said were going to be in it. They're not all fitting on that stage, so they're going to be out and around. So you feel a part of the show too.
Yeah,
while you're sitting there watching. I mean,
that's live jazz, super like. Close?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Which is how jazz should be, right?
Always.
It should be immersive.
It should.
Music.
You got to feel it all. Yeah.
And these close to it. Jazz Orchestra are the people that you and Ben Rayo worked with to pull off I'm going to bring it up anyway.
Yeah.
The first, there's no such thing as first annual, but when we have the second one this coming year in 25, we can start saying annual.
That's right.
But you had the inaugural Lee Summit Jazz Festival this summer, and you worked very closely with Sean and all the members at the Jazz Orchestra to pull that off.
We did.
So we've got some cool jazz things happening in town.
It's awesome. Yeah, that was a great, really good first event. And a lot of people, not just myself and Sean and Ben, but Pam and David and just so many people that were part of that. We did. I think we nailed it a little bit. We learned a lot.
Look, I'm going to, let's be honest. It worked. Because of the Can You Kazoo bit that happened throughout the entire event. Like if we hadn't brought the kazoos for audience participation, it probably wouldn't have happened.
I was too busy running around. I didn't get a chance to see this in full swing, but I did hear it. It was a great AV system going on.
I'm sure you did. That team that came in.
Yeah.
I was a little jealous of all their equipment.
I know, but you kept it all together and maintained the fun level of that whole thing. So,
look, that was what 900 some people during the all day concert.
Yeah, I think we hit. I don't want to just say because it's a bigger number. I think we did hit 1,000.
Wow,
with tickets and obviously we gave probably like 50 to 75 away for free radio stations or just people that we know, family, participants, sponsors. But yeah,
that was fun.
Awesome.
That was
and
that
it
was
rained
fun.
at the very end, like a little light dusting of a rain. People were dancing in it, and I think that's when Back Alley Brass Band was doing their thing.
Yeah, but it was needed after that hot day.
Yeah, it was hot.
That was so fun. That was a
Can't
bless. So what is
that.
it for
Sorry.
you? Are you becoming a jazz fan now because you've been working with the Jazz Orchestra? Were you a jazz fan before?
I was a jazz fan before, but I never really dived into the history of it, and I feel like once you do that, which I'm still not there, but once you do that, you really start to appreciate everything a little bit more, or like the people, you find like your artists that you really like. Addie and I, we just got Oscar Peterson Christmas vinyl.
Nice.
And we've been cranking that whenever we're doing anything around the house since like November 20th. So. Set the stage early. You know what I mean?
Look, in our house, I'm going to admit this. Christmas music came on the day after Halloween. It happened. The tree was brought up from the
Yeah.
basement.
Yep.
Decorations started coming out. Now we slow play the decorating. Like I think that might have just finished in the last few days.
Yeah.
But yeah. Christmas. It's time once Halloween's done. It's time.
It's time.
We're ready to go.
I know. I told Addie the same thing. I was like, let's wait till after Thanksgiving. And a minute after we're done, the next day, I'm in the shed. I'm pulling out the Christmas stuff. Everything is just moving so fast.
That's
but
awesome.
Again, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, go back to
to
getting into jazz music.
Mm-hmm.
So you were kind of if somebody put on the jazz station, on the radio, you were good with it, you enjoyed it, but now you're just really kind of starting to know who some of the artists are, and like, oh, I'm gonna go spend a couple hours with this album, and
I mean that's the thing for me is jumping into music if I really really enjoy it. I'm not just like, hey, I'll pick a song on Spotify or wherever you're listening. For me it's Spotify, but I'll listen through the album, the entirety of it. I start at the beginning because I need to see what journey they went on, right? Sounds cliche, but that's how you really know. So
I agree.
I got an award on my Wrapped for listening to vinyls or albums all the way through. I don't know what the terminology was, but I don't skip songs. It's just like you're a through and through kind of guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I took pride in that. Yeah,
I like those little Wrapped and replay things. I'm an Apple Music guy, so they call it the replay.
The replay.
But
do they have their own? I didn't even know
they
that.
do.
That's funny.
They do. And my son actually, what he likes to do is he takes each of the three of us our top playlists, so all the top songs, right? And then he makes a year-end playlist for the three of us of each of us our top songs from the year before.
What a guy!
He likes to curate it and puts it in certain order so it flows right. He kind of plays DJ
right on
a little bit.
On.
Yeah, it's fun every year.
Good. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, jazz is just slowly, especially now, and being part of this whole thing for the past, honestly, like 3 years. Since 2021 is when I kind of got introduced to all this stuff. It's awesome. I mean, Sean's a great guy, and I mean, he's the one who really kind of opened up a lot of that for me. I just got to see more of what it takes and what they do. But just on the back end side of thing for me, like just running the whole entire stuff or the promoting or the website design, that's fun. But once the music's playing, that like everything you did leading up to it was worth it. So yeah,
it's fun to have I had a little part in that.
Yeah,
because I think between what the jazz orchestra's doing, what you guys here at Bridge Space are doing to help, and then you've got Seth down at the 1909 Club and Libations. That there's really some things happening here in town to make this a little jazz hub.
I'm so happy
in
for
the
it.
area, right?
I'm all for it, absolutely.
And the jazz orchestra's playing once a month at the 1909 Club, which is really really cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, like my parents are coming in soon. I don't know if they have anything going on, but if they do, my dad loves Libations. Like the Ham's beer inside the fridge for him is enough to be like, this place is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean?
Well, I like that. I like that they have both, right? Like you can go and get your fancy bougie cocktails, which I make fun of that. But I love them.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
But then he's also got the garage beers.
Yeah.
So you can get a Ham. I'm a sucker for the Kerrs.
Come on.
He's got the snub nose Kerrs bottles in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So that hits home a little bit.
That hits home for me.
Yeah.
And then, you get a ticket, you go upstairs to the 1909 Club, and you get some live jazz.
It's awesome.
I mean, it's kind of a perfect experience.
Yeah. Seth and that partnership has been just really great. I think for them, for the awareness of the jazz orchestra just as a whole.
Right.
But then establishing more roots like here in Lee Summit. I mean, and I know that it's been a benefit to them over there. Just as far as what I think I mentioned on before, they're just getting really, really good and like comfortable with how they're playing.
Right.
Everyone is just it's dark in there, and so this setting, we got Christmas lights and it'll be a little bit brighter, but I'm dimming it down. We need to get that whole jazz
that jazz club
ambiance
vibe.
going. You know what I mean? And so I'm just happy for them, and I think this is gonna be a great concert.
I know one year you even had velvet ropes.
I did. Yeah, that was a VIP section. Trial and error, baby.
Do we have a VIP section this year?
I think I'm going to let it open. I'll put a couple cocktail tables up there. So if people do want to go up there, you better hope you arrive early. 5 o'clock. Telling you.
Well, that's a good thing to remember to the people. Hey, show up early for 5 o'clock for happy hour beforehand. Get those seats.
I'm telling you.
And you want to be a part of this. Well, let's go back because the Lee Summit Jazz Orchestra is a nonprofit.
That's right.
They are trying to do some work to raise awareness to make sure that this art form lives and thrives.
I know.
Out here. What are some of those you said there's some fun Christmas donation things out there. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll skip around a little bit. The first one you're going to see, we know donations are donations, and it's the kindness of what people truly believe in, or if they feel like they are, should donate, then they will. That helps out the organization specifically, though. Of course, again, admission free, but if you have the opportunity to donate, you'll see a couple options on there that might hit home for you a little bit. Like, I think the first one is, I think like the Grinch or something for just being like $1. Like, that gets you admission, you know what I mean? And then there's like Ralphie on there from A Christmas Story. I mean, come on. Cindy Lou Who, more Grinch things. But then I think my favorite one is the Grinch after the movie, like when...
Oh, the good Grinch.
The good Grinch. Yeah, it's just a casual $1,000 donation.
Hey, we're looking for those people.
But why not throw it on there? You never know.
You never know.
And that would mean so much to... I'm not asking for that, by the way. But if it does happen one day, okay. Yeah, you're right. I am asking.
Sure.
Who's out there spending
the arts? The arts are an important part of our community. They do a lot. Like, if we want this community to grow and to continue to be what it is, the arts are a part of that.
Definitely.
And I think remembering to make that connection to people is important because it is an economic driver.
Yeah.
Right. People who go to shows to see, whether it's music, whether it's theater, whatever. People who go to art then go and spend money at other places here in town, and so our other businesses thrive. It's a big thing. It's good to push the arts. And yeah, of course you're asking for that big donation.
All of it comes back.
No pressure, but we're asking.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if someone out there is that generous and they love what we're doing, or if they just love jazz and they feel obligated to do it, just know that it's going to a lot more than just, away from your bank account. It's going to keeping these musicians doing what they're doing. I mean, it helps for putting on more events like this. I mean, of course, right? There's just so many more moving pieces that something like that would really be a benefit. So it can help out a lot.
100%. All right, Collin, one more time. Give us the day and the time of the concert and where they can go to get their tickets.
That's right. Okay, so you're going to bridgespace.us/jazz club. If you just go to the bridgespace.us website, you can Google it. Under philanthropy or philanthropic kind of area, you'll see the Lee Summit Jazz on there. That'll take you straight to the page. But it's this Monday, or upcoming Monday, December 16th, starting at 5 p.m., and it runs till 8. So nothing too late in the evening on a Monday. We understand work the next day, holidays coming up, but it would be a really, really good start to your Monday with some Christmas jazz.
And those that are going to ask the question, there is lots of parking right here. We've got a big parking lot here at Bridge Space. There's a big public lot right next door to Bridge Space. Mm-hmm. There's the bank and the Reese Nichols parking lot just across the street. There's also street parking. So look, you can pull up your car.
No excuses.
No excuses.
It's not an option for you not to come. And if you really want to, on a Monday, continue your evening downtown. Just go walk.
And if you're coming from downtown Casey, just hop on that Amtrak in the afternoon, ride it down. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Blare that horn on the way in here. And just be like, I'm here for jazz, baby.
There you go. Monday, coming up this next Monday, December 16th, 5 o'clock at Bridge Space, right in downtown Lee Summit. Come on out, enjoy the show, and while you're at it, make a little donation. Let's help the arts in our community continue to grow Lee Summit and make it the awesome place that we call home. Collin, thanks so much.
Not a problem.
That'll wrap us up for this week. We'll talk to everybody next time.